Some disasters give warnings: a trembling window, a distant siren, a sky that slowly turns dark. But some disasters don't announce themselves. They arrive without hesitation, without mercy, without time to run. Today on Topify, we're counting down 10 natural disasters so sudden, so overwhelming, that entire cities were erased in seconds. Before we begin, if you're fascinated by the raw power of this planet, like this video, drop a comment and subscribe to Topify, because it only gets more intense from here. Natural disasters remind us of one uncomfortable truth: that we do not control the ground beneath our feet. We do not command the oceans. We do not silence the volcano. Civilizations rise with confidence. Skylines stretch higher every year. Technology makes us feel untouchable. But nature waits patiently, and when it moves, it doesn't ask for permission. In a single moment, everything familiar can disappear. Let's begin. Nevado del Ruiz, 1985, Colombia. Nevado del Ruiz had been restless for months. Small ash plumes, minor tremors. Experts warned of danger, but evacuation plans stalled. Some officials feared panic, others underestimated the threat. Life continued in nearby towns as if the warnings were just background noise. Shops opened, children went to school, families planned for tomorrow. Then, late at night, the eruption intensified. Hot volcanic material melted the glacier on its summit, instantly unleashing massive lahars, rivers of mud, ash, and debris. They raced downhill at highway speeds. Armero was asleep. Within minutes, a 30-foot wall of thick volcanic sludge tore through the town. Houses disintegrated, power lines snapped. Streets vanished beneath suffocating mud. People who woke to the sound had seconds to react. Some ran. Some froze. Many never understood what was happening. Over 23,000 people died, not from fire, but from burial. Shock fact: many victims survived the first impact, but slowly succumbed while trapped, waiting for rescue that never came. 9. Indian Ocean tsunami, 2004. Deep beneath the Indian Ocean, a 9.1 magnitude earthquake ripped the seafloor open across 1,300 kilometers. The ocean lifted. The energy released was almost unimaginable, equivalent to thousands of atomic bombs detonating at once beneath the sea. On distant beaches, the sea suddenly retreated, exposing reefs and flopping fish. Tourists walked forward in curiosity. Children pointed at the strange sight. Then came the horizon shift. A towering wall of water, up to 30 meters high, thundered toward land. It crushed buildings, swept cars inland, and erased entire villages. Entire coastlines changed shape in minutes. Families were separated instantly. Communication lines vanished. Over 230,000 people died across 14 countries. Shock fact: the earthquake was so powerful it altered Earth's rotation slightly and shortened the day by microseconds. 8. Mount Pelée, 1902. Saint-Pierre was thriving. Known as the Paris of the Caribbean, it was vibrant, elegant, alive with music and trade. But Mount Pelée had begun to rumble. Ash fell lightly at first. Many residents believed the danger would pass. Officials reassured the public. Then the volcano unleashed a pyroclastic flow, a superheated avalanche of gas, ash, and rock moving faster than any human could run, hotter than 1,000 degrees Celsius. The city was engulfed in less than a minute. People inhaled burning gas. Skin carbonized instantly. Ships in the harbor ignited as the blast rolled over the water. Nearly 30,000 people died in under 2 minutes. Shock fact: only one confirmed survivor remained, shielded by the thick stone walls of his prison cell. 7. Tangshan earthquake, 1976. At 3:42 a.m., the ground beneath Tangshan convulsed violently. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck without warning. Buildings didn't sway, they collapsed. Factories folded inward. Apartments pancaked. Rail lines twisted into useless steel ribbons. Most people were asleep. Entire neighborhoods were flattened before anyone understood what was happening. There was no evacuation, no early alert. Hundreds of thousands died within seconds as structures crushed everything beneath them. Shock fact: Some estimates suggest over 500,000 fatalities, making it one of the deadliest quakes of the 20th century. Before we continue to the top 5, take a second to subscribe to Topify if you haven't already. We post countdowns that explore the most powerful, mysterious, and shocking events on Earth, and the next one might surprise you even more. Now let's continue. 6. Lake Nyos, 1986. Lake Nyos appeared calm, but deep beneath its surface, volcanic gases had been building under pressure for years. Carbon dioxide collected silently at the bottom of the lake. Then the lake suddenly released a massive cloud of carbon dioxide. The gas rolled downhill silently, invisible, odorless, deadly. It displaced oxygen as it moved through villages. People collapsed in their homes. Entire families died in their sleep. Livestock fell where they stood. 1,700 people suffocated within minutes. Shock fact, even birds flying overhead dropped from the sky as breathable air vanished. 5. Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, 2011. For 6 relentless minutes, Japan shook. A 9.0 magnitude rupture tore the ocean floor apart. Skyscrapers swayed in Tokyo, but along the northeastern coast, something far worse was forming. The sea began to rise. A massive tsunami surged toward land at jet speed, transforming into a wall of water reaching heights of nearly 40 meters in some areas. It didn't crash, it advanced. Black water filled with debris bulldozed through towns, carrying houses, cars, and entire buildings inland like toys. Fires broke out amid the flooding. Roads vanished. More than 15,000 lives were lost. Then Fukushima's nuclear reactors failed, triggering explosions and radioactive release that forced mass evacuations. Shock fact: the earthquake shifted Earth's axis and permanently altered sections of Japan's coastline. 4. Krakatoa, 1883. Krakatoa did not erupt quietly. It detonated. The blast was heard nearly 4,800 kilometers away, one of the loudest sounds in recorded history. Sailors thousands of miles away reported their ears ringing. Ash darkened skies at midday. Shockwaves circled the globe multiple times. Then tsunamis over 40 meters high annihilated coastal villages in Indonesia. Entire settlements disappeared beneath churning water. Over 36,000 people died. Shock fact: the explosion released energy equivalent to around 200 megatons of TNT, thousands of times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. 3. Haiti earthquake, 2010. The ground shook for less than a minute, but Port-au-Prince was not built to withstand it. Concrete buildings crumbled instantly. Hospitals collapsed. Government offices turned to rubble. Schools, homes, and businesses folded into clouds of dust. Survivors clawed through debris with bare hands, searching for family members. Emergency services were overwhelmed almost immediately. Over 220,000 people were killed. Millions were displaced. Shock fact: the destruction was so severe that emergency response systems were paralyzed during the most critical early hours. 2. Mount Tambora, 1815. Tambora exploded with unmatched fury. The eruption obliterated the mountain's peak and blasted ash high into the atmosphere, darkening skies across Southeast Asia. The explosion was heard over 2,000 kilometers away. Pyroclastic flows destroyed nearby villages instantly. But the worst impact was global. Ash and sulfur dioxide spread around the planet, reflecting sunlight back into space. 1816 became known as the year without a summer. Snow fell in June in North America. Crops failed in Europe. Famine and disease spread across continents. Food prices skyrocketed. Social unrest followed. An estimated 70,000 people died. Not instantly, but because the climate itself shifted. Shock fact: the dark, cold summer helped inspire Mary Shelley to write Frankenstein. 1. Shanxi earthquake, 1556. In the early morning hours, the earth convulsed across Shanxi province. Millions of people lived in cave homes carved into soft Loess cliffs. These dwellings were practical, but fatally vulnerable. When the quake struck, the cliffs collapsed. Entire hillsides gave way. Homes were crushed as the very earth they were carved from caved in. There were no rescue systems, no medical teams, no warning signs. An estimated 830,000 people died, the deadliest earthquake ever recorded. In some regions, more than half the population vanished in a single morning. Entire communities were erased from history. Shock fact: the scale of destruction reshaped the region's population patterns for generations. From silent gas clouds to oceans rising without warning, to mountains that explode with unimaginable force. These disasters show us how powerful and unpredictable our planet truly is. They also show how quickly normal life can turn into chaos. 1 second you are at dinner, 1 second you are asleep, the next, the world you recognize is gone. If you made it this far, subscribe to Topify and turn on notifications so you never miss a countdown. We dive into the events that changed history in seconds, and there's much more coming. Which disaster shocked you the most? And what should we cover next? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and remember, the planet is calm until it isn't. I'll see you in the next Topify countdown.